closing in September. He's making $40,000 a year. It's 100 units, and he's 100% full. What does that say? Put it in the chat. He's making $40,000 a year. It's 100% full. All right, and it's 100 units. What do you think that says, right? Versus the other company that is, the other one was 112 units at $90,000 or 92,000 or whatever he's making, and he's 100% full, right? So what does that say about the mismanaged facility, right? Exactly, Mike said it, below market rents, below market rents. So my facility that I'm buying is, even though it's 100, and that's what owners will tell you too. I'll say like, I'm 100% full, and they'll want like top dollar on it. Well, that don't mean anything, right? I want to know what your income is. What I love about commercial real estate is that it's all based on commercial income. And that's what you have to tell the sellers, the owners, when you talk to them. And that's the first thing when I talk to an owner is I want to know, and you really, there's four main things that you want to know. You want to know, what do they want to sell it for? What's their purchase price? What's their vacancy? Are they full or not full? 25% full, 50%, 75%, 100%, right? Are they, you know, what is their annual income? Or sometimes they don't know annual because they just think in monthly, right? So you say, okay, and they, annual, I don't know. Well, do you know what your monthly income is? And then they'll tell you, like they made $5,000 a month or whatever, right? So then you just multiply by 12 and you get your number. And then their expenses. They talk a lot about their, like, there ain't no expenses on this thing, right? I don't care what your expenses are because I have my own expenses, right? So my expenses are either, it's like 30% of whatever they say. But those are really the four key things that you need to know in analyzing a deal. And a quick analyzation, like you need to learn how to run true, like true numbers. But just calling up and talking to Dale helped me realize like what an awesome deal I got, right? On my other facility, because I'm buying 100 units at $300,000 and it's making 40 grand. So it's going to make enough money to pay the bills and stuff like this. But you know, I'm going to increase those rents because Dale right around the corner with Rainbow Storage, I know he can make 100 grand because he's already doing it, right? So I already know that my mismanaged facility within the next 6 to 8 months, we're going to increase those rents and we're going to get people that don't want to pay out and the ones that do want to pay in, right? I like to buy crappy facilities and make them better. That's me. I'm a risk taker and I know I have to, like on my $300,000 facility that we're going to buy, I'm going to have to come out of pocket every single month for the first 6 months just to get that thing up and running, right? I'm going to have to get that one up and running. But that's okay with me because I know in the long end, this is going to be worth at least, now that's at an 8 cap, a 750 grand is at an 8 cap, right? So I know I'll be able to sell my property for 750 grand in the next, like maybe 2 or 3 years. If I wanted to do that, I can sell it if I wanted to, right? So I like to buy stuff and at least double, if not triple the value of my properties. That's what I like to do. Now that's my personal opinion. Income producing properties, these are for people that are like, look, I just want to start making money right now. That's what I do. I want to just start making money right now. I know there's going to be a little appreciation. I'll probably be able to get this. Really, the truth is that if he was making if he was making $112,000 a month, or let's say over 100 grand a month, he could probably sell it for 850 grand. But he said that he just hasn't raised the rents in like a year or so. Since COVID, he said he hasn't raised the rents. So he's really not at market rent right now. So we could increase the rents on the bigger facility as well too, and add, you could totally add on that. We could run the numbers on that and see, and I'll just show y'all. So you can see it's at $700,000 at an 8 cap. He's making $91,200. There's 112 units. It's 12,000 square feet. There's we put 8% vacancy because people are coming and going. You know, people are always coming and going. So we always like to keep it at 8. There's no really initial clean out. There's property taxes of 6,800, utilities 1,200, 4,500 for the insurance. This is his numbers that he gave us. So if you can like buy this thing, phase one is to buy this thing, or this is an income producing property. Okay, so income producing properties mean that you need 20% down, right? Because you're going to go to a bank and get a loan. Okay, and so you're going to need 20% down. So how much is that? It's like 150 grand. All right, so you're going to come up with 150 grand to buy this thing. Okay, and then you're going to take a loan out on this, and you're going to have a mortgage of like, let's say, I don't know, let's say if you get a mortgage, you get a 5% loan or whatever. So your mortgage is $3,500 a month. Let's just say, okay. And you're making like, you see this on the sheet, you're making, you're making quite a bit of money, right? You're making $90,000 a year. Actually, you could make up to 140 grand a year on this thing. That is a very good income producing property. Actually, this is a typical income producing property that my students purchase all the time. Okay. To get it from like a 7 cap or an 8 cap, like I have a student right now that bought 50 units for 250 grand. He bought it at an 8 cap. It's worth like 450. It's worth like $460,000 right now. And then he's adding another 50 units is what he's doing. And it's costing him like 125 grand to do that. He already got the value from an 8 cap to a 13 cap. And then now he's adding the units of phase two. And he just bought that facility, like this time last year. So it took him a good like 8 months to get it to the right cap rate. And then once he got it to the 13 cap, he went back to the bank, the same bank that he borrowed the money at. And they gave him a construction loan to add the 50 because he had already been such a good, what's it called? Borrower, so they gave him the construction loan. Now he's adding another 50 units is what he's doing, and it's costing him like $125,000. Okay, so that's basically the deal, and I'm super excited about it. And I don't know if I'm going to keep it or I'm going to just wholesale that. So if anybody's interested, let me know. We can maybe talk about it. I've already let all my students know in the group that I was thinking about wholesaling it. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm just not sure what to do. What would y'all do? Would y'all keep it or wholesale it?